Okay, we're still going. This is part two, and we are with Kari Oatman, and she's telling us about the meeting at the Salvation Army with acting Mayor Brandon King and his Chief of Staff Michael Smedley. Go ahead. What else were you telling us about it?
Well, I was just talking about being grabbed by the arm after I finished asking a series of questions. Brandon King and all the people up on the dais said that I had not asked any questions when I asked a series of questions. They just did not want to answer any. Michael Smedley deemed it important to grab my arm and pull me backwards. And I told him, like I said on the previous interview, under no circumstances was that appropriate at all, to put your hands on someone unprovoked. Now, I was not doing anything outside of saying I did ask questions. It's just that they do not want to answer any of these questions from myself or from other residents involved in ARCA. They did not even take Mr. Art McCoy's question. He had to stand up and brace it. The meeting itself was a joke.
What are some of the questions you were trying to ask? Ask those questions now. What are some of the questions you're trying to get answered?
I led the question, why has nothing during this meeting been addressed about the health of these residents that are suffering? I also asked why George Michael Riley, who is the owner of ARCO, and who should be in jail right now, was one of the people at the bidding meeting for subcontractors for ARCO cleanup. For ARCO cleanup.
Well, you should know. We want to clarify that the owners of ARCO are George Michael Riley Sr. He's one of the people who got us bamboozled into it, but actually Christina Banyan, Bynon, is the actual on-paper owner. So I want to clarify
that. They said during the meeting, that's correct. Thank you for your clarification. They said during the meeting they could not find her, and, therefore they were not able to prosecute her. But I do not think that someone involved in this mess and this terrible, terrible circumstance that these people that live on the street are facing should be involved in anything having to do with making more money off of the neighborhood and the misfortune of these people.
Wait a second. Are you telling me that George Michael Riley Sr., the guy who brought all that material there, is being hired to take it out and get more money?
He is not yet. No one has been named as the contractor, but he was allowed to be at the bidding meeting for contractors and subcontractors to clean up ARCO.
Was he there at the meeting?
That is correct. My sources say he was there at the meeting.
Okay.
Yes. And also, I held up some papers that I have in my possession because everyone there from Brandon King to our state representatives to the EPA said they had no knowledge of the violations committed by ARCO up until late last year. I held up OSHA violations that had been submitted in 2015 and said, if y'all had no knowledge of these violations, then why are these dated 2015? No one could answer that question either.
Wow.
Yep. I have on my person the violation notices too, if you would like an actual copy of those violation notices that I got from a private investigator that I hired to deal with this situation too. So it was a very, very well-run meeting up until the question segment, but that was only in the sense of this sort of arrogance that Brandon King and all of the people involved had towards the actual suffering that has gone on. Brandon King kept asking and soliciting applause for the speakers. The calves were mentioned several times. Several of the speakers mentioned they grew up in East Cleveland in the 50s, but it's not the 50s anymore. This is a predominantly black neighborhood throughout the city, and this would not have happened in the 1950s, due, in my estimation, towards the racial implications that are clearly present.
Well, I'm going to ask, you can wrap it up. Tell us a little bit about what you want to wrap it up with, and go ahead. We're wrapping it up.
Sure. Well, I just think, I am still in the race unless for some reason some of the people that are on those 61 signatures are not registered voters. I believe the next mayor of the city of East Cleveland should be a people's champion. I believe I am that. I am out walking, and I will not be intimidated by any of the silliness that has been perpetuated by lead administration for the past decade. And that is all I have to say.
Well, we thank you for joining us here this morning. And this, of course, will be up on our website and the Facebook site. And we hope that they locate your car. If Euclid Police sent you a notice, you say there was a notice on your mailbox?
Euclid Police, I called and they said an officer of that name worked there, but he's not even working today. And they also said they had no knowledge of my car in their possession when I gave them the identifying factors of my car. So this to me just further the plot thickens that, I'm in it for the city. We need some new direction, and we need some genuine people that are not receiving kickbacks from the state and from other sources and forget about their duties as public servants.
Thank you very much.